Well, visas are a part of international travels, but some countries have some strict rules that will leave you scratching your head. So in today's video, I will reveal 10 of the weirdest visa requirements from around the world. If you're just coming across my video for the first time, my name is Idris. Please stick around and learn. So number 10 on my list is Bolivia. If you are visiting Bolivia, you must have the yellow fever vaccination card. If you forget this yellow fever vaccination card, you might be denied entry because the yellow fever vaccination card it's as important or as essential as your international passport. So if you forget this yellow fever card when traveling to Bolivia, you'll be denied entry. So one of the weirdest requirement for Bolivia visa is you must have the yellow fever vaccination card. Number 9 on the list is Cuba. Cuba requires your passport photo to have some specific dimension. There's no exception. So if your passport photograph does not meet up with the dimension or the requirement, you might have to retake it at the airport or at the embassy. This is their own requirement. And number 8 is Russia. If you're heading to Russia, you will need to submit a complete itinerary, including your accommodation details for every single night you're going to spend in Russia. You may need to provide itinerary for it. Every single night you will spend in Russia. If you have any spontaneous plan, then Russia is not a place for you. This is one of their requirements also. And number 7 is Bhutan. If you want to visit Bhutan, you must be prepared to pay a daily tourist fee of up to $250. It covers your accommodation and a guide, but it's mandatory to maintain their high value and low impact visa tourism policy. So this is their own requirement for Bhutan. So be prepared if you want to visit Bhutan. Be prepared to pay a daily fee of $250. And number 6 is Argentina. Argentina requires some travelers to pay a reciprocity, what they call a reciprocity fees that matches what their own country charges Argentinians for visas. So it's like a tit for tat system that surprises many visitors. It's like this. Like for example, if you are from, let's say you are from the UK and you want to visit Argentina, they will charge you the same amount of fee the UK is charging Argentinians for visa when they want to visit UK. So it's like they are reciprocating the whole thing. So it's like a tit for tat system. So this is one weird requirement for Argentinian visa also. And number 5 is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the requirement. One of the requirement is that if you visited Israel before or you have Israel stamp on your passport, you might need to explain yourself at the Saudi Arabian airport why you have the stamp and what you've been to Israel to do, because they are not so fond of Israeli stamps in passport. So keep that in mind. If you have Israeli stamp on your passport, you have to think twice before you travel, before you visit Saudi Arabia, because they will ask you to explain what you've gone to Israel to do and why you have the stamp, and so many questions in the airport. You will need to explain yourself. Number 4 is Australia. If you are traveling to Australia with a pet, such as, let's say, a dog or a cat, Australia's strict quarantine rules might apply even to you. So be prepared for paperwork, vaccinations, and a long waiting period. This is their own requirement also. And number 3 on my list is Kenya. In Kenya, your passport photo must show a neutral expression. There's no cheesy smiles. It's all about keeping a straight face and keeping a serious face for the immigration officers. So one of the requirements for Kenyan visa is that your passport photograph you must not smile when taking the passport photograph. You have to show a straight face and a serious face, because if you smile, they will deny you the visa. And number 2 is the UAE. If you're traveling to the UAE as an unmarried couple, you might need to prove that either you are married or you are not married. Some travelers have reported that before applying for some certain visas in the UAE, they've been asked to provide proof of marriage and marriage certificates and all that. But for now, I'm sure this rule or this requirement have been removed. There's no such requirement in the UAE anymore. But better safe than sorry. And the last one on my list today, which is number 1, is Japan. For some travelers, Japan requires that you book your flight with some certain approved airlines to qualify you for the visa. It's all about ensuring that your itinerary meets their requirements or their standards. Traveling is an adventure, and sometimes so is navigating visa rules. Which of these requirements surprised you the most? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell icon for more fascinating travel insight. See you next time. Bye.